Today we are going to learn about loop. So first you have to open your Visual Studio and then open the form. There are two types of loop we are going to learn today. The first one is doLoop and the second one is for next loop. Before we start with the code, we have to design our form. So first you have to open your toolbox and then find a label. You can put whatever name you want, but I'm going to put as loop. I'm going to change the font. Okay, and then the name of the label is label title. Okay, and then find a button. Okay, I'm going to name it as button click. Click. Okay, and okay, now for a loop, we have to use a list box and not a text box. Find a list box. Okay. Okay, now we are done with the design. We can start with the code. So click the button. Okay. Now, first I'm going to teach you how to do a do loop. Okay, this is for the do loop. In do loop, we have actually four, I guess, four loop. Okay, the first one is do while loop, and the second one is do until loop. I'm going to teach you these two first. Okay, we are going to start with do while loop. In do while loop, you have to declare the variable. So there I am. I'm going to put a as integer, a as integer 0, and then I'm going to start with the loop. Okay, first we are going to start with the do while loop. The do while loop. Okay. In do while loop, you have to type do while and then you have to put the, we call it as we have to put the condition. So do while condition a is what you're going to use, less than 5, say less and equal to 5, and then we have to declare where we're going to display the answer. Okay, in my case it's going to be list box 1 dot, this is the new thing for you, which we are going to use items dot add, because we are going to add the items in the list box. Okay, so what we're going to add, a, and then we have to put the increment, which is a equals to a plus 1, or you can write it as a plus equal 1. It's going to do the same thing. So let's try to run this program. and see if it's worked. Okay, I'm going to click the button. Okay, so it's working as it should. Okay, I teach you how to do the do while loop and now do until loop. Okay, let's start this. Okay, actually, there's not a big difference in do while loop and do until loop. You just have to change the while into until, and it's going to show the same thing. Oh, sorry. No, it's not going to be. Let me stop this first. Okay, when you are writing the do until loop, you have to declare the variable function into what you are going to stop the loop. So I'm writing here do until a is less than equal to 5. So that's why it's not showing in my form. So I have to write it. I'm going to say I'm going to stop at 5, only 5, and then 6 are not going to be displayed in the form. Okay, so I'm going to run it again. Okay, so it's showing the result that I want. So this is what you should do in the do until loop. Okay. Okay, now for the third one in the do loop is do loop while. And the last one is do loop until. You can see the difference is just the while is after the do, and this one is while at the end of the loop, which is at the bottom. So we're going to learn it now. Okay, I'm going to stop this. Okay, we are going to change it again to while and less than equal to 5. Okay, in the do loop while, you just have to take all these things, this while until all the variables, and put it under the loop. And that's the only difference, and it should show the same result as before. Okay, it's showing the same result. Okay, I'm going to change it into until now. Until, and then change this again. As I said to you before, you have to write what is actually you want to loop to stop at. I'm going to stop at 6. When it's 6, the loop is going to stop and it's not going to show in the form. It's only going to show 0 until 5. Yeah, so that's what it should show. Okay. Okay. What is the difference between the do while loop and this one? What is the difference between this one and this one? Actually, there's not a big difference. These two things are just called a pre-text, which means you have to write the variables. You have to enter the variables in the before you doing the loop, in the do, before you close the loop. So it's called a pre-text, and also known as a top control variables. While for the do loop while and do loop until, it shows the variable that you entered at the end of the loop, which are called a post test, or also known as a bottom control variables. Okay, that's the only difference. You enter the variables at the front, and then it is called a pretest. But if you enter the variables at the end of the loop, and then it's going to be called a post test.